But first, one of the biggest economic booms in the history of Texas unfolding just a few hours north of the valley. Jobs there for the taking.
All because of something called the Eagle Ford Shale. Our Kirk Chaisson is in our studio to explain. Kirk.
Yeah, the Eagle Ford Shale is a gigantic geological formation filled with oil and natural gas. Take a look. It covers 23 counties from College Station to near Laredo. The colored part of the map is hundreds of little dots. Each dot shows a different oil or gas well. The numbers are staggering. $25 billion in revenue last year, 47,000 full-time jobs. It's exploding so fast, companies cannot find enough people to fill open positions. You can grab one of those jobs in many cases with just a high school diploma. Free training exists for other positions. What kind of jobs, where they are, and what it's like to do the work, all part of what we explore tonight. We begin by explaining some new drilling technology. It's called horizontal drilling and hydraulic fracturing, or fracking. Water shot at high pressure into rock to open it up so companies can get to oil or natural gas inside. These are deposits companies could not pull out of the ground just a few years ago. The jobs are not far away. We drove 4 hours north and ended up about halfway between Laredo and San Antonio in the town of Cotulla. Drilling rig flames illuminate the night skies just west of Cotulla. Oil and natural gas, and the billions that come with it,
it's worth the money,
have transformed the tiny town.
Continued investment by the oil and gas companies.
It's a magnet for workers from around the state.
They're drilling, we're drilling here. Our EP Energy, they're drilling wells left and right.
Workers like 22-year-old Randy Ramirez from Edinburgh. He landed an oil job with no experience.
Field operator, we maintain oil, gas, and production of oil and gas.
We're drilling an oil well right now.
New technologies helping create a jackpot for companies like Chesapeake Energy.
Before hydraulic fracturing was coupled with horizontal drilling, you had to drill about 16 wells on this property. And as you see here, we only have to drill one well, and we'll get at the same amount, if not more, oil and natural gas.
Also booming here, businesses that feed off the oil and gas industry. This is the Gardendale Rail Yard. 1,600 feet of track existed 2 years ago. Today, 25 miles in what's roughly 1 square mile. Materials and equipment, mountains of pipeline roll in, destined for oil and gas fields. Petroleum and gas rolls north to refineries.
2 years ago, nobody worked out here.
General Manager Dal Randall took us around the yard just north of Cotulla.
Most of the cars will turn. The car will come in here, get unloaded. We'll send it out of here, and it'll go straight back, get loaded, and come right back.
Cotulla's population has more than doubled in the last couple of years, the boom putting strain on roads. About 14,000 vehicles a day pass through this tiny downtown intersection.
These are maps that have been approved for construction. There's some that have been completed. Each day we get new sets of maps.
This is the planning room at City Hall, overflowing with maps for projects like subdivisions and hotels. At least 3 under construction now, 10 finished in the past 3 years. Have you ever even heard of anything like this kind of an explosion of development?
No. I worked in Laredo 29 years, and I was city manager there when we had some of the most explosive growth, and we didn't have this kind of growth.
The restaurants are full, the hotels are full, the gas stations are full, right down to the hardware store, everybody across the board.
Tiny RV parks sit on seemingly every corner. The cost just to rent a space for the smallest RV starting at around $550 a month. A furnished one-room studio apartment, $325 a week or $1,300 a month. So here in Cotulla and across the Eagle Ford Shale, oil field housing like this has sprung up. This location has 54 of these 4-man cabins. 2 teams of 2 guys rotate through here in shifts on a 24-hour basis, and I have to say, I was a little surprised at how nice it is inside here. As you can see, it has a microwave, a stove, some nice countering, and they tell us that the cleaning is all done for them.
Anything that you need, you know, you just need to go talk to them and they'll get you what you need.
Bobby Mata is from Orange Grove near Alice.
It's a great place. They take care of us, you know, they feed us breakfast, dinner.
He's been working in Cotulla for about 8 months.
I just moved up.
Mata has gone from a laborer to an engineering position with just a high school diploma. It took him just 7 years.
Being away from home is the main thing, you know, but you got to do what you got to do to provide for your family.
Another new fact of life in Cotulla, a labor shortage.
It's hard to find enough people to work for all the jobs available because a lot of them have grabbed the oil field jobs, which are very good for them, and they pay well.
We need everything from pumpers to drivers with valid CDLs, commercial driver's license, to field engineers.
Recruiters from Eagle Ford Shale now turning to the Rio Grande Valley. Average wage, $850 a week.
They're looking for folks from roughnecks to rustabouts to technicians, right-of-way supervisors, foremen.
You will probably have to pass a drug screen and a background check. You don't need a college degree to get a steady, good-paying job. Rigo Gonzalez Sr. and his 18-year-old son are from Rio Grande City.
Maintenance, fix flats, brake pads, whatever breaks down.
People in towns like Cotulla stand to make fortunes, large and small, in the coming decade as oil and gas companies pump billions into developing this area. For workers like Randy Ramirez, that means a solid shot at a secure future.
It's a good chance to make some good money that you're young and come up here.
Money made by Randy Ramirez and others flowing even farther south to the Rio Grande Valley.
Being here, I was able to get my own property and a house going, so.
It's not easy work. The American dream is alive and well in Cotulla and other towns for those willing to put forth the effort. Beacons of opportunity explode into the South Texas sky. The key to a better life, flowing beneath the amber, dusty sands of the Eagle Ford Shale. That Eagle Ford Shale boom expected to last a while. People in the industry I talked to say they expect wells to produce for probably another 10 years or more. The number of full-time jobs created by oil and gas in the Eagle Ford Shale expected to hit 117,000 by 2021. The key to the Rio Grande Valley fully tapping into the boom could lie south of the border. Take a look at this map sent to us by the Gardendale Rail Line. It shows the formation of the shale here in red. All that oil and gas runs from north of Nuevo Laredo in a line that parallels the border all the way to the Gulf of Mexico south of the border. Much of it's within 100 miles of the Rio Grande Valley. Now, you recall we told you about the Gardendale Rail Yard in that report. The company that owns it also owns the Rio Valley Switching Company based here in Donna. They would be eager to build a similar facility here, sending materials and equipment south into Mexico and taking oil north to refineries. So if you want to work in the fields, where do you start? You can contact a career counselor at Texas Workforce Solutions. The number's there on your screen, 928-5000. The opportunity's there. It's your move. Live in the studio, Kirk Chaisson, Channel 5 News at 10.